Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of November 21st. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If that sounds like something you're into, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot de Marseille with Dangling Jade, the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with White Crystal, and the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Red Jasper. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And of course you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump to your reading, the timestamps are right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1. First of all, happy Sagittarius season. Second of all, 2 cards flipped over while I was shuffling for you. Trump number 13, also known as the Death card, and the Page of Swords. I don't know if that means anything or not. We shall find out. But let's see what we have for you for this week. I love me the aces in general. Let me see here. Okay. Very interesting. Let me just... This should be lined up well for you. Great. Group 1, I will start with the card that confuses me the most, and I'll explain why. I'm talking about the Ace of Coins at the top of your cross here. I'm not sure if this ace is a result of the rest of this reading or at the source of the rest of this reading, which is why I just wanted to point that out. But I think that regardless, and again, this is a collective reading, so there might be some of you for which it's either one. But I think that this week is going to be an opportunity for you to show your worth through some kind of trial by fire. The words trial by fire were coming out strong while I was staring at your reading while the recording was paused, and obviously emphasized by the Tower here and the Judgment card here. However, just keep in mind that we have the King of Swords in the middle of your reading here, and the Priestess, the Popess, who are looking at each other here. I think that I have the feeling there are 2 ways to interpret this, and I'm leaning towards one, and I'll start with that one. I think that this is going to be an opportunity for you to demonstrate how you are absolutely well prepared for the situations and things that this week might have to throw at you, and this is the one that I'm least inclined to interpret this way, that through the trials and tribulations, that sounded more dramatic than I intended it to be, but through the trial by fire, through the opportunities in disguise that this week might have in store for you, that you develop that knowledge. I really don't think that's the one, but I wanted to throw it out there because this is a collective reading. Just know that this might be a good time to partner up. I'm saying this because I'm usually pretty steadfast with the Marseille deck as reading like different people as different people and not like different aspects of yourself. So regardless, I think that especially with a court card being in the middle of the cross, I'm heavily inclined to interpret this as you. And just remember that you're a king, and that you know, heavy weighs the crown, or whatever the saying is. I should really look it up. It's the second time that I've wanted to invoke that saying and don't remember. But anyway, just remember that you are absolutely ready for this. Don't panic. Don't panic. That is the key thing to keep in mind for this week. Don't panic and just trust in the preparation that has brought you to this point, and try to see these challenges as opportunities. I think that that is the main lens with which you can navigate this week with, you know, the success that you are capable of for this week. Awesome. So thank you very much for being here, for trusting me with this reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. I will see you there. All right, group 2, happy Sagittarius season for you. And let's see what we have for you for this week. So I'm going to throw down all 5 cards. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Give me a second here. This should be lined up for you. How's the shot? Great. Group 2, a phrase that kept coming up for me over and over again while the recording was paused is remember who you are. I have a weird relationship with the World card as of late because depending on how I interpret this laurel here, it can mean many different things. It's like the last major arcana card before, you know, starting again with the Fool. But I think that in the context of this reading, I have a feeling that for this week, it feels like there's going to be a lot of people pulling at you from different directions. It's almost, and this is coming through in part because of the 3 of Coins reversed, which the 3 of Coins I almost always read in the context of work/career collaborations with people, because it's a card of, you know, people working on a project and 2 of them are giving feedback to the craftsman or whatever, which is why I read it that way. But I have the feeling that this is a week for you to hold on to what makes you you and to not lose sight of that, because I have the feeling that you know, I'm not saying to like completely dismiss what people are saying. I'm saying to not let the input of others distract you from who you really are and from what matters to you most. And I'm reading hardcore the combination of the World card in the middle of your cross and the Page of Cups reversed at the bottom of your deck here. So yeah, there are all sorts of like quirky things that I noticed while the recording was paused, but I don't really think they matter that much. I think that for you, it's going to be about, you know, through the choices that you have to make for this week. I think that the World card, remembering who you are and centering on yourself and really trusting, like this could easily have been the High Priestess, and it would be a very similar a vibe here. But to really, there are a bunch of other cards that this could have been. But anyway, I'm going to read the card that's here instead of spazzing out here. In order to help navigate all the decisions that you might have to make for this week, what can give you clarity is remembering what matters most to you. Don't lose sight of that. Protect that dearly. Yeah, this is a week to double check and triple check whenever someone else is giving you input that just doesn't seem to resonate, just doesn't seem to fit with your model and your view and what matters to you most, all right? Never forget that you are running this shit, and no one else should have any say as far as what, you know, how you run your life for this week, especially not some tarot reader that you've never met. I'm gonna end on that nice little joke here. So thank you very much for trusting me. You can use the timestamps below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I will see you there. Hey, Group 3, happy Sagittarius season. Let's see what we have for you. I cut this deck a little too high. All right, I'm going to throw down all 5 cards. Interesting. Don't panic. I don't even think there's grounds to panic, but I know that like these 3 cards in particular can scare people, which is why I said that, but I'm not particularly worried when I see these cards. Oh, it's a little crooked for you. Sorry about that. This should be better. Yeah, that'll do. All right, I'll see you right now. All right, group 3. So this line here can mean many different things, but this line is pretty straightforward to me. So I'm going to start with that. I'm sensing if either one of these cards came up in reverse, I would sense there was an inkling of this, but now seeing both of them here in your reading, both in reverse, I would say that this is not the week to, this is a week to seek the company of people that you trust. This is not the week to close in on yourself, to remain in isolation, either literal or proverbial. And how this pretty clear warning plays into this sign, into this line here can be one of many different ways. So I'm just going to throw a couple out here. So it could be that, there's been some kind of disagreement with someone in your area or in your network, that you're kind of having to swallow your pride and to not admit that you not necessarily were wrong, but maybe were overreacted or treated the situation in your less than most enlightened self. And I think that the process of reaching out to this person in good faith and trying to heal and move on from this would be something that can help get over and move past the disappointment that whatever this Five of Swords in the middle of your cross represents. The other thing is, wait, what was the other one? So what I just said was about past conflict. The other thing was a fear of getting involved in some kind of conflict. And if that is what is causing you to, for lack of a better phrase, shut in on yourself, I would recommend to, I would encourage you to not let the fear of conflict stop you from moving out and putting yourself out there and reaching out to the people that you are fearful of having this conflict with. I think that for you, focusing on the pleasant, helpful, generous vibes that you're trying to create with these other people can be the best way for you to avoid some nasty conflicts and whatnot. Was there anything else? You know what? I'm going to pause again just to make sure that there isn't something else. Nope, that's it. So again, don't be afraid to come out of your shell and to reach out to the people around you, whether it is a fear of whether it is a fear of conflict or a fear of, owning up to how a past conflict was dealt with. I think that the solution for you, group 3, is out there, not, locked in on yourself, for lack of a better phrase. So I guess it's time for the Oracle card reading. I talked right through to that, group 3, but for all of you, the others, here is your Oracle card portion. All right, group A, your card is, God, I hate this font. Treading. This is I Ching hexagram number 10. And the key words are conduct, self-awareness, proceed with caution and sensitivity, correct behavior, act responsibly. I think that for you, this is a reminder that slow and steady wins the race, and to not try to overexert yourself, to overstretch your goals. I think this is a time to, keep putting one foot in front of the other and just pace yourself for this week, Group A. Group B, come on, New Moon in Sag. New Moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. Well, this is a good omen. Wait, sorry about that. So, I think for you, this is an opportunity for you to plant the seeds. Like prosperity isn't necessarily, well, okay, this is the sign of Taurus. So the caveat that I was going to say kind of rings hollow even to me. Let me just say that this is a week for you to plant seeds for plant the seeds that you will reap the rewards for later on. Just focus on what kind of future do you want to create for yourself in the following weeks to come, and that can guide the decisions that you make for this week. Yeah. Group C, your card is Pallas Athena. The key word is think. And I guess this is an invitation for you. I don't know much about the Pallas Athena itself. It's one of these asteroids that not that many astrologers use, or at least not many of the ones that I follow. But I think this is. It's funny. Let me just look at the three readings that I gave. So for I'll give it individually for all three groups. Group Group 1C. For you, I think it's an invitation to not panic and to really make sure that you cross all your I's and dot all your T's as you make the decisions that you have to make for this week. Group 2C, actually, it's a very similar message to the Group 1. I think that if you think for yourself would be the best way to tweak it for you. And Group 3C, I think for you, what you're being invited to think about is to think about what you want to create with the people around you, and to think on the way that you want to move forward, and really make sure that you have that in mind. Yeah. Group D, your card is Status. This is Jupiter in Taurus. Let me look at this here. A lot of Taurus energy in this reading. Group D, I think you're being invited to keep the long game in mind, and to remember, what's making me say that is that Jupiter is a very slow-moving planet. It's the big one. It's a planet of expansion. However, I would interpret this card in the context of the readings that I gave as an invitation to focus on the kind of legacy that you want to build. It's making this week look like a bigger deal than I intended it to sound like, but I think that for you, just remember that, here's what I wanted to say. To make sure that you're not taking any shortcuts that might sacrifice the long-term gain, and to really focus on the long game and the for lack of a better phrase, generational wealth that you want to create for this week. Yeah, that is what I have for you. Thank you very much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know by hitting that like button. And I am curious what your thoughts and plans are for this week. If you have any questions, comments, or observations, please let them leave them in the in the comments down below. I am getting tongue-tied, so thank you very much for watching. You take care. I'll see you soon.